Hey folks, welcome to the comment section with Thomas Paul, where political drama meets tech obsession and finance tries not to have a heart attack. So get this. Late last night, President Trump hopped on X, yes, that's Twitter's fancy new name, and dropped a bombshell announcement. Something about creating a US crypto reserve with enough digital coins to make your dog's head spin. Bitcoin nearly went ballistic. Altcoins soared up to 60%, and Washington, D.C. practically set itself on fire. But here's the real question. Is this bold leap into the world of crypto genius-level leadership, or a recipe for national bankruptcy? Buckle up, because it's about to get weird. And trust me, you do not want to miss the next part. Alright, so how did we get here? Picture a quiet Sunday evening. Nothing but leftover pizza, rewatching that one show you can't quit, and doom scrolling. Suddenly, a string of frantic tweets sets your phone on fire. President Trump, in his trademark style, blasts out an announcement. The government, yes, our government, is going all in on digital assets. We're talking Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Cardano, the whole treasure chest. Now, for those who've been living off-grid, this is the first time in history any US president has tried to fold crypto into the nation's official reserves. We're used to gold bars at Fort Knox, maybe foreign currencies for emergencies, but altcoins? That's not exactly in your grandma's standard retirement plan. Cue the giant question mark above everyone's heads. But wait, it gets even wilder. Because, folks, within minutes, this move triggered an absolute feeding frenzy on the markets. Traders who were just about to pass out from the Sunday scaries suddenly scrambled back to their desks. Bitcoin soared past 90 grand. Some even claim they saw a hair over 95K for a hot second. Ethereum spiked nearly 13%. Then you have smaller coins like Cardano's ADA going on a joyride that soared close to 60%. And these numbers aren't from some shady corner of the internet. Serious analysts on Wall Street nearly choked on their artisanal cold brew trying to keep up. Social media, of course, did what social media does best. Meltdown, rejoice, meltdown again, rinse and repeat. The hashtag crypto reserve was trending worldwide. Some folks are partying like it's 2099, popping digital champagne for the future of money. Others? Well, they're ready to stage an intervention for the entire federal government. And trust me, it gets even better. Because no great drama is complete without a dash of political turmoil. This announcement literally took some in Washington by surprise. The rumor is that even top advisors found out through Trump's post on X. Imagine being a government official, logging on to your morning feed, and seeing your boss just wrote the biggest single policy about digital currency that's ever come from the Oval Office. Like a midnight tweet about the new cafe in the West Wing, you'd spit out your coffee and start speed dialing your entire contact list for damage control. Let's talk about those glorious or terrifying market flips. It depends on whether you hold crypto or not. We're talking a $300 billion injection into the crypto market cap in mere hours. Big institutional investors apparently got an early wind of this, or so the rumor says, and started buying up everything from Bitcoin to weird niche tokens that your cousin's friend's roommate once minted. Stock prices of crypto-linked companies, think Coinbase, think smaller Bitcoin mining outfits, flew off the charts. Exchanges had to handle so much traffic that a few of them even hiccuped or momentarily froze. It's not just your standard crypto bros celebrating either. We had some corner of the internet crowing, "We told you so, mass adoption is here." Meanwhile, old school economists looked like they'd swallowed a lemon. They'd been preaching for years that crypto was too volatile for prime time. Yet here we are, with the White House basically saying, hey, we're going to snag some coins for the national piggy bank. Why not? And trust me, this is where the plot thickens. Because this shiny new crypto reserve might need actual laws to back it up. Last we checked, a president can't just snap their fingers and allocate billions in taxpayer money to a basket of altcoins. Some legal experts say we might see a showdown in Congress. Or maybe the White House tries to pull a sneaky trick by using seized criminal crypto. Yes, you heard that right. Apparently, we could fund part of the national reserves with tokens confiscated from criminals. If that doesn't sound like a Hollywood script, I don't know what does. The global community is also getting in on the act. China's central bank is going, wait, what? That's irresponsible. Europe is like, is this going to upend the value of the euro or what? The IMF is probably near a meltdown, imagining phone calls with the US Treasury that go, "So you're telling us you replaced a chunk of your gold bars with Solana?" So that's the lay of the land. How we went from lazy Sunday to the biggest crypto roller coaster in modern US history. Ready for the next twist? Because trust me, dear viewers, the story is just getting started. You won't believe who else is crashing this crypto party next. Don't go anywhere, or, as the financial gurus on TikTok like to say, hodl your attention. If you thought we were done with the theatrics, you clearly haven't spent enough time in Washington. Let's talk about the political circus swirling around this crypto reserve bombshell. Insider reports claim high-level officials were so blindsided by Trump's late-night post, they nearly crashed their cars on the way to Monday's emergency meeting. One staffer from the Treasury Department, who requested anonymity, probably to save face, allegedly found out when her sister texted, "OMG, you guys are going crypto?" She apparently responded, "We're doing what now?" In the White House, speculation is that a handful of Trump's closest advisors hatched this plan in secret, maybe spurred on by the president's flair for grand gestures. Because, hey, nothing says stable economy like a politician on X.com with a dream, right? Now officials are scrambling to figure out the legal framework. If they can't route the funds through existing channels like the Exchange Stabilization Fund, they might actually have to ask Congress for permission. Let me tell you, watching them try to sell the idea of XRP in the National Vault to a roomful of skeptical lawmakers is going to be pure comedic gold. But hold on, this backstage drama gets even spicier, because rumor has it some big-name senators are already drafting legislation to either block or conditionally allow the plan. One particularly fiery senator was overheard saying, "I can't believe we're about to stake the country's future on internet tokens with dog memes." Buddy, the dog meme coin's not even on the official list. Yet. Meanwhile, pro-crypto officials are dancing in the hallways, crowing about innovation and financial freedom. Apparently, there's a crypto summit set for Friday. We're talking a who's who of the crypto sphere, CEOs of major exchanges, big-time VCs, maybe even a cameo from Satoshi Nakamoto if they ever decide to reveal themselves. Okay, that's a stretch. The administration is expected to lay out the nuts and bolts of how a U.S. crypto reserve might function. Will they just buy on open markets? Will they do auctions? Will they buy the dip? Or are they diving in head first at near all-time high prices? Because if they buy a big chunk at the top, we might see the mother of all corrections the moment the hype fizzles. Because, as every seasoned investor knows, if there's one tried-and-true strategy for success in highly volatile markets, it's definitely buying at all-time highs based on a hype tweet, right? Now, let's waltz over to the digital jungle that is social media. Holy hashtag meltdown Batman! On X, formerly Twitter, the newly minted crypto reserve soared to tens of thousands of mentions in just a couple of hours. People posted everything from gleeful to-the-moon memes to doomsday predictions about the collapse of the US economy. If you've been around the crypto block, you know that's basically Tuesday. But this time, it's different because we're talking about official government involvement. That's the kicker that turned a typical pump-and-dump rumor into a global news event. We saw everyone from Elon Musk to Kim Kardashian weigh in, though, to be fair, Kim Kardashian might have been referencing an entirely different coin for all we know. Elon, meanwhile, tweeted some cryptic rocket emoji followed by an American flag, igniting a fresh wave of speculation that SpaceX might accept Bitcoin for future Mars travel. No official statement on that, but hey, we can dream. Over on TikTok, creators turned the fiasco into comedic skits. One viral video had a guy in a mock White House suit rummaging through couch cushions for spare crypto, yelling, "We're short on the Cardano purchase. Did we check under the president's desk?" Meanwhile, Instagram Reels were full of finance gurus with wide eyes and huge disclaimers. This is not financial advice, but if you're not buying right now, you might regret it for the rest of your life. Subtle. Real subtle. I know what you're thinking. It can't possibly get more over the top than this, right? Oh, but it does. Because with social media fueling hype, Average people who've barely dipped a toe in stocks are jumping into crypto for the first time. Some out of FOMO, some out of genuine curiosity. This means the next wave of price swings might be even bigger. Or we could see a meltdown the moment the White House clarifies how little they're actually committing to this new reserve. Let's zoom out to the global stage for a second. Allies and rivals are side-eyeing the United States with a mix of envy and horror. China's central bank is on record calling the move imprudent. The EU is calling for urgent cross-Atlantic coordination to ensure this doesn't cause a new wave of currency volatility. Meanwhile, smaller nations that rely on the US dollar for stability are biting their nails, wondering if they should hold some crypto too. Because who wants to be left behind if America's about to turn Bitcoin into the new gold? Nothing screams global financial harmony like multiple competing states, each hoarding different coins, waiting to pull the rug on each other. Let's just say the future headlines might read more like a sci-fi thriller than a typical economics textbook. And hold on to your seat, because next we're diving into the million-dollar question: where do we go from here? So, is this entire fiasco the new normal? Will the US government actually formalize a crypto stockpile next to the piles of gold at Fort Knox? Critics are freaking out, pointing to all the volatility. What if the altcoins in the reserve lose 80% of their value overnight because a tweet spooks the market? Proponents argue that by carefully diversifying among multiple digital assets and by setting clear regulatory guidelines, the government can harness the upside of blockchain technology while hedging the risks. Certainly, there's a strong angle here about innovation. If done right, big if, this could catapult American fintech to the forefront, create new jobs, and maybe even ensure the US doesn't cede leadership to other crypto-friendly nations. It could also promote more robust regulation, ironically offering the crypto world the clarity it's been craving. However, let's not sugarcoat. This plan could backfire spectacularly if the White House invests big at a market peak, only to watch prices nosedive. The backlash from taxpayers and the global community would be epic. In the worst-case scenario, a giant crypto meltdown triggers a broader financial crisis if the government's holdings suddenly shrink. But hey, no pressure, right? At this point, I know your brain might feel like a battered piñata stuffed with Bitcoin. Don't worry, we're about to tie this all together. Coming up next, we'll get into the real-life drama, human interest angles, comedic collisions between old-school bankers and crypto fanatics, plus that final call to action that keeps these stories alive. Strap in, because the conclusion is about to land harder than a Bitcoin crash on a Sunday night. Welcome back, you gluttons for digital punishment. Let's talk about the human angle behind this massive story. The everyday folks who woke up to find their once meager crypto holdings soared, or the unlucky few who panic sold and then had to watch everyone else dance in the streets. Some people have shared heartfelt stories. A college student who bought $50 worth of Cardano as a joke and suddenly saw it jump 300% after the news broke. Now she's tweeting, "This might cover tuition," in a swirl of euphoria. Meanwhile, a retired teacher in Florida, who'd sworn off internet funny money, admitted he regrets not listening to his grandson who tried to get him into Bitcoin last year. Not that we're advocating I told you so, but, you know. On the comedic side, countless memes have flooded the net, from Trump hugging a giant Bitcoin logo to sarcastic cartoon sketches of Uncle Sam rummaging for lost crypto private keys. If we didn't laugh, we'd probably cry from the sheer absurdity of how quickly the conversation has changed from crypto is for speculation only to we're apparently storing it next to the gold bars. But here's where things get even more personal, because any big policy shift can and likely will impact you, me, your neighbor, and your favorite barista.